Comrade Benga Komolafe, a social activist and general secretary, Federation of Informal Workers Organizations of Nigeria, has alleged that Peter Obi, presidential candidate of Labour Party, paid millions of naira to buy the party's tickets. In May, Obi joined Labour Party hours after announcing his resignation as a member of the People's Democratic Party. Obi was the vice presidential candidate of the PDP in the 2019 general elections. He said his decision to join Labour Party aligns with the interests of Nigerians across different sectors, adding that he wants to take the country from being a consuming nation to producing nation. Therefore, he said, I have chosen a route that I consider to be in the line with aspirations and my mantra of taking the country from consumption to production, and that is the Labour Party, which is synonymous with the people, workers, development, production, securing and uniting Nigerians as one family, Obi had said. A few days after he was declared the winner of the party's presidential primary, Patutomi, a professor of political economy, Ragbe Ansley, national youth leader of Labour Party, as well as Olubusola Olufolake, were said to have stepped down for him. Before then, a faction of the party led by Mr. Kalitos Okafor had elected a presidential candidate for the 2023 elections. However, Komolafe alleged Obi paid millions of naira to settle some of the other aspirants like Okafor, saying the information was reliably gathered from inside the party. The activist described the former Anambra governor as a mainstream politician who he said was not different from the All Progressives Congress APC candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and that of the PDP Atiku Abubakar. He said Obi paid millions of naira to Labour Party leadership and equally settled other aspirants like Callistus Guy, who with some legitimacy questioned the credibility of the so-called interim chair of Labour Party, who is the greatest beneficiary of the Peter Obi bazaar. Obi is fundamentally a mainstream politician. He is not different in any serious sense from Tinubu or Atiku, but Nigerians have been trapped in a plutocracy. Politics of the criminal rich. Within that context, most Nigerians are incapable of seeing any other candidate except the very visible, traditional ones. The Labour Party affiliation with trade unions giving a little veneer of difference from the APC, PDP, but unfortunately the enormous potential of the Labour Party evolving as a true workers' party has been crippled even before the race started, not only because of their fawning, unprincipled embrace of an Obi without building a programmatic mass base for but also because of their determination to simply exploit the current situation for their own individual benefits. After all, most NLC leaders remain APC. Maybe in the long run, the Labour Party will still be able to fulfill its historical destiny as a party of working people, but for now, it has lost its unique advantages. Mark this, Obi will most likely lose next year's election to one of the dominant parties for some reasons. The logic of political mobilization remains monetized. Obi is part of this tradition, and the Labour aristos are only exploiting this to make more for themselves rather than build a mass base for the Labour Party and possibly strike strategic alliances with other progressive formations like AAC, African Action Congress. Given this reality, APC PDP will easily outspend Obi and the dreamers supporting him. All the social media noise around Obi is mostly in the air. On-ground support is based on mostly ethno-religious. It is our turn emotive sentiment. This can't go far because it can't demographically challenge the traditional northern voting blocs, which always come tops with this kind of policies. Without a conscious radical political mobilization of the working people around a mass movement that is demonstrably counter-establishment as we know it, spurious ungrounded, monetized, ethno-religious political mobilization crystallizing around Obi right now will eventually crumble. It still remains the only way, the hard way for genuine change seekers. Clap for yourself. Yes, now we know where all these things are tilting to. uh, you know, he tilted here to the APC, PDP. They were spending. He support them somehow. Then talking about northern votes. So where do you stand? No, where do you stand? What do you want? What do you think it is the right thing to do now? Everybody is not right. Everybody is this. All of you, everybody must talk about Obi. Peter Obi is the news. I wonder why. Me too, I wonder. I wonder why. And now they are telling us that $10 endorsed the Tinubu, and they say, oh, Nigerians knocked him. And before you know, the gullibles ones started coming out. Yeah, it is IPOB, it is Obi supporters, this and this and that. They are just feeding you with all those nonsense. Nobody is knocking anybody. Everybody has right. Even the devil himself has fans. So what are we talking about? The only thing is just say your candidates. The gullible ones are now saying, oh, it is IPOB. And, no, the person, they didn't even mention IPOB, but all of them, I don't know, you'll be assuming that these people are your enemies. They will not even answer you. But when you begin to, thank God, the majority of them did not even answer them, because they know that those are the strategies. And those who are fanning the ember of disunity, they will fan it. All of you just rush. Brrr. Who is supporting who? Nobody is knocking anybody. Even if we know he is not a saint, but definitely better than Shiwore that helped to bring in this evil government. But his integrity is 100% better than Buhari, Atiku, and Kwakwanso. Put together, Obi within a short period put the headache for all politicians, including the aspirants. Look for other topics. Obi remains the clout magnet, the center of all discourse, the candidate for the masses. I remain obedience. This election is good. It has exposed Shiwore. Shiwore was disguising as an activist all this while. Who would have told us he's just another senseless politician who does not even mean well for Nigeria? All these con men who disguise as activists are more dangerous than the politicians. Okay. It's now Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that. What will you do for Nigeria? Leave Peter Obi. What's okay now? You that say he collected money, you talk about this. Okay, who is the person? Now, at the end of the day, everything is just a revolve around Peter Obi because they want to bring him down. That is just all this message that this comrade, or what does he call himself? So suddenly the same stingy Peter Obi is now paying off other aspirants. Sahara desert is indeed dry of news and propaganda. Perhaps the person is right, but if we are really objectively historical, Obi is far different from all of them. Tinubu campaigns is a monarchical, Atiku ambitious, only Obi is visionary. Someone said this about Obi. They have not frozen Kano governor Umar Ganduje's account. They have not frozen Babacha Lawa's account. They have not even frozen Mina's account, and even tried to reinstate him. But they found time to freeze Peter Obi's account, a man that is almost a saint. These are the type of actions that make this Jibri story believable. According to Reno, that's. Well, that is so good to know. We will still vote for him. See, guys, it is absolutely not wrong for a former PDP man to just enter Labour Party to claim the party ticket without settling those that were contesting for such position. If this information is true, Peter Obi did the right thing. Right now, Labour Party is a big threat to all the party because of Obi has the best products among others in the presidential market. Always have in mind that the higher the mountain, the higher the force applied. We must apply the highest force wherever the highest mountain in order to defend and sell our candidates. Don't be intimidated. We are obedient. Thank God he made the payments. If at all, he wouldn't have been a presidential candidate, not to talk of being the president. I will vote for Peter Obi. Can a stingy man actually do that? The more the revelations, the greater the movement. Obedience will move. What do you expect? Some months ago, he was a bona fide PDP member. Propaganda worked on us on Buhari, but never again. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's better than all the rest. Make una rest, we go vote am. Una dey wait una time. Obedience is my slogan. All of them are saying, oh, in fact, it's really interesting, honestly.